Welcome everyone. This is a continuous class of contributions of microbiology. Previously we discussed about few of the contributors. Among them, the most important contributors whom we discussed are Antony van Leeuwenhoek, Edward Jenner, Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch. Those four are the four most versatile contributors who contributed their life to the enlightening the microbiology to the world. According to syllabus, you have few more scientists who need to be focused and learned and how they have contributed. Now we are going to talk about few of the scientists who greatly contributed their life towards the development of the applied sciences. Basically, they belongs to the natural sciences background. One among the important man is Iwanaski. Important man is Iwanaski. Iwanaski is one of the discoverer of filterable nature of virus, and thus one of the founders of virology. A new concept, a new subject came into the light of the inventions done by the Iwanaski. When you see Iwanaski entered the Department of Natural History of the Faculty of Physics and Mathematics, the University of St. Petersburg in 1883. At the University of St. Petersburg, Iwanaski served as instructor in the Laboratory of Plant Physiology and Anatomy, while he carried out some undergraduate research projects. He attracted the attention of both Betko, then the Dean of the Natural Science of St. Petersburg University, and Franz. When you see, Iwanaski was a great man. He did great contributions. He's a learned man. He devoted his life to the St. Petersburg University. He worked under the Famsin and Betkov. As a graduate student, he was sent to study the tobacco disease. And Iwanaski went and studied about tobacco disease, and he presented his PhD thesis by naming on 2 diseases of tobacco. Iwanaski was very much impressed by the works done by Robert Koch, Metchnikoff, Louis Pasteur, and his associate Chamberlain. Chamberlain and Louis Pasteur together, they made a filter, a Procyon filter. That filter later named as Chamberlain filter, and it is one of the filter mainly used for the Iwanaski for doing his experiments. Iwanaski believed that there are minute organisms responsible for the diseases, and also there are minute organisms responsible for fermentation process. He strongly believed and supported the documentation and the experiments done by Louis Pasteur. In mid-1800, during Pasteur time, every scientist are interested to do work on fermentation. They wanted to know how the fermentation is going on. Previously, everybody believed that it is a chemical process, but later they came to know that it is not because of a chemical process, it is exclusively a activity of microorganisms. Iwanaski is one of the men who strongly believed in the fermentation is a process carried out exclusively because of microorganisms. And he ever had believed it's not a chemical process. And also he was a soil microbiologist, and he was basically he was not a soil microbiologist and agronomist, but he used to teach in fields and tremendous influences in Russia. Basically, he's not from a soil microbiologist, agronomist, but he's a plant physiologist, worked with Betko. One of the pathetic situations over there, St. Petersburg University was not having a proper funds, and most of the botany professor won't have a place to establish a lab. And gradually, the people who are handling with plant physiology turn to microbiologists. Yamnask is one of the men like that. And he worked on tobacco mosaic, and he filtered, and he told the filtrate consists of small microorganisms or small bacteria which can filter through the Chamberlain filter. But he was not a man. Stated exactly it is a virus. He was not a man stated exactly it's a virus, but he believed that the minute organisms may be bacteria. But he did a tremendous work on tobacco diseases, and he named them a tobacco mosaic disease. And he worked with many botanists, and his works on soil microbiology and tobacco leaf diseases impacted a lot their descendants. So one of the brief regarding Yavanaski. There are contemporaries of Yavanaski who worked in the soil microbiology. They are Bezernik. Bezernik, one of the soil microbiologists, he studied plant galls, swelling of plant tissues, and cause of invasion of the virus infectious agents. And his investigation increasingly focused on fermentation, as I said earlier. Process brought about the growth of yeast and other microorganisms in the anaerobic environment. And he is the man who isolated Bacillus radicola, later called as Rhizobium, which lives in the root nodules of the legume plants. He later made other important advances in plant and soil sciences through his studies of Azotobacter, denitrifying bacteria, and he studied nitrogen fixation. And he was the man who studied about tobacco mosaic virus. And he taken up the challenge, and he taken up the work as Yavanaski did, and he filtered the filter through the Chamberlain filters. He taken the Chamberlain filter and filtered the diseased sample from the Chamberlain filter and sprayed onto the healthy leaves. And he stated that this filter may not have the bacteria because the Chamberlain filter is designed to filter the bacteria, but he thought that this is a filter consists of minute organisms rather than the bacteria, and it is infecting. And he described jet fluid as a contagium wavum fluid. This is simply contagium wavum fluid means poisonous fluid. He was not stated anything whether it is a bacteria or virus, but he stated it is a poisonous fluid which can able to transmit disease from one leaf to the another leaf, thinking it was a fluid rather than a particulate entity. Bezenik also developed the principles of enrichment culturing, and he was the man first developed the enrichment culturing in his laboratory, which allowed better understanding of the role of microorganisms in natural processes. He received international recognition for his discovery. And he was the man developing enrichment culturing, and he worked on many soil microorganisms. And he was the man who talked about the filterable sample is a contagium vivum fluid, poisonous fluid, but he was not stated it is a virus. Another man who is a Sergei Vinogradsky. Sergei Vinogradsky, he was a Russian-born. He was a Russian-born soil microbiologist, and he was a founder of modern microbiology. And his master's in nutrition and growth physiology, and he worked on Mycoderma vini, and he was the man who identified Mycoderma vini, and he worked in the University of Petersburg. And this man, and he worked in the Antony Debray. The Debray was is a botanist, and when you see Yavanaski, Vinogradsky, and Bezernik, these three people worked on soil microbiology and microorganisms which are present in the soil, and they are isolated. And when you see Vinogradsky is the man who carried out his studies on sulfur oxidizing bacterium, especially Bigiota, which resulted in the formulation of chemolithotrophy. And he joined in a Swiss Polytechnic Institute, Zurich, and he did a monumental work in bacterial nitrification. He isolated first pure culture of nitrifying bacteria and confirmed that they carry out separate steps of conversion of ammonia to nitrate. He was the man behind identifying nitrifying bacteria and denitrifiers. And this led directly the concept of cycle of sulfur cycle and nitrogen cycle. Day to day we are learning about sulfur cycle and nitrogen cycle. All these are the invention by the Sergei Vinogradsky. And Vinogradsky developed a column and identified different kind of microorganisms existed in the soil in different layers. We commonly call it as Vinogradsky column. And he set up a column and he noticed different kind of organisms, means upper surface occupied by the phototropes and occupied by the anaerobic organisms or chemotropes, phototropes. We have a classification: photoautotropes, photoheterotrophs, chemototropes, chemoheterotrophs. All these organisms are identified by the Sergei Vinogradsky. And he returned to Russia and he isolated free living denitrifying bacteria, and majorly worked on nitrifying bacteria. And he spent 15 years of life in the Ukraine. He was flew to Russia again, and he worked in the Pasteur Institute, and he developed most of the fields in microbial ecology, and he died in 1953. When you see these three scientists, Vinogradsky and Ivanasky and Beijerinck, these three people worked on soil microorganisms and they worked on the virus, and applied field of microbiology was faced to the world because of their inventions. Another man in the history in our syllabus, that is Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming is one of the famous personality. Alexander Fleming was one of the famous personality present in those days. He was a Scottish physician and a scientist, and who discovered a penicillin. So something different, he identified a penicillin, and he identified, but he shared a Nobel Prize with Florey and Ernest Chan, because these two people are responsible for crystallization, purification of the penicillin. But the information for the penicillin is given by the Alexander Fleming. History tells us that infected cold, Fleming transferred some of his nasopharyngeal mucus onto the Petri plate, and he placed it to the dish among the cultures at the desk, and he left it and forgot for 2 weeks. Later he came back and he observed that there is a bacteria proliferatedly growed on the Petri plate except wherever he observed some kind of mucus. Means whole plate got a proliferated growth except where there is a mucus present. And he has seen that wherever the mucus is there, he observed a clear zones, and he investigated a zone of inhibition. Then there is an inhibition of the bacterial growth, and he named it as a lysozyme. Then he later discovered lysozyme in tears, saliva, skin, hair, and fingernails. All these are the places where he kept. The man behind identification of the lysozyme. Lysozyme is one of the secretory enzyme present in the people, and this is mainly degrade the gram-positive bacteria. And there is another invention done by Alexander Fleming in 1928. He began a series of experiments involving common staphylococcal bacteria and uncovered Petri dish. Again, he did the same, and it is contaminated with mold spores. And wherever he has observed the mold spores, in the proximity of the mold spores, he couldn't observe any bacteria growing. Means the bacteria are dying near the mold spores are there. Later, he observed that the mold is responsible for the killing of the bacteria. And he evidenced that the mold may consist of some kind of antibacterial activity which is killing. He was able to isolate mold and identify it as a Penicillium genus. And he found it to be effective against gram-positive pathogens. which are responsible for the disease like scarlet fever, pneumonia, gonorrhea, meningitis, and diphtheria. And he was the man serendipitously identified a drug which is responsible for treating many of the diseases. And later, the experiments taken up by the Howard Florey and Ernest Chain, they extracted and they have crystallized the penicillin and they made it as an antibiotic. But the renewed work of the Alexander Fleming is acknowledged, and he was the man in the history who identified first antibiotic. And from that time, the people are started excavating the soil organisms and searching for the antibacterial activity. Later on, there is another phase, a new phase of microbiology started, which is pertaining to the antimicrobial activities. We know very well that microorganisms are of disease-causing agents. They cause different kind of diseases. Though they cause different kind of diseases, it is in our hands. It is in our hands to get rid of the diseases. Then what to do? We need to search for the medication. So the medication has initiated by Alexander Fleming in the name of penicillin. So then later it was named as a penicillin G, and many derivatives have come up. After penicillin, Waxman identified streptomycin. Later you got chloramphenicol. Later we have different kind of generation. We have first generation, second generation, third generation drug. Now we are going for multi-drug treatments. The new phase of identifying the microorganisms and deciding their mode of action and identifying their susceptibility to the drugs has been done with the invention of the Alexander Fleming. This is regarding a contribution of the Alexander Fleming. So for in your syllabus, you have Antonio van Leeuwenhoek, Louis Pasteur, Robert Koch, Edward Jenner, Iwanaski, Bezernik, Winogradsky, and Alexander Fleming. These are the scientists majorly you have in your syllabus of first year and who contributed greatly to the development of microbiology. Thank you.